We're having a special show today. You see, there are a few things that I always wanted to work on with my dogs, but I just never had the time. So today, I'm not the teacher, I'm the student. I'm going to have a couple of experts come in, and they're going to help me teach some new skills to my dogs, Odin and Dancer. I am now the proud grandfather of several grandchildren. I've always wanted to teach Odin how to track them in case they got lost when we were visiting some sort of park or wilderness area. So today we're going to visit Gary Rowe, and he's going to get Odin started in learning this useful skill. Licking is a useful skill too, yes. Odin, heel. Odin, sit. Little one, thank you. Hi, Gary. How you doing,
Stan?
This is Odin. He's my 4-year-old flat-coated retriever. He's very sweet and very hyperactive.
What a wonderful dog. Good.
And I was hoping that you can help me turn him into a working dog.
Oh, I'm sure we can do that. No problem. That's good. Very good. My pleasure. That's good. Thank you. Let's go to the back.
Sure. Let's go, Odin. Odin, heel. Thank you. Much better. Now, Gary, how long have you been teaching tracking?
Since 1978. That's 23 years now, Stanley.
And what got you into it in the first place?
A lost child. There was a child lost in a park, and people were trying to find the child without success. And they finally flew a dog in from a little distance away and found out that dog was able to find the child a day later. And that's what really made me think about tracking and the importance of tracking in the world today. Why is it that you want to bring Odin into tracking?
Our dogs have those marvelous noses, and there's so many tasks that we've sort of developed which involve those marvelous noses that, to me as a psychologist, I just want to see them doing that and see them exerting their potential. The second reason is, well, I now am at the age where I have a flock of grandchildren, and we go off to places, and the next thing you know, they have wandered halfway across the park. We didn't see them go. And in my head over here, I have this notion that somehow or another, if my dog had some tracking skill, I could say simply to the dog, go seek and go find my grandchild. Now tell me, are there some dogs which are better at tracking than others?
There's no one specific perfect dog. It's the dog itself within any breed. In obedience, the handler is the captain of the ship, the dog is the crew. It does what's asked of it. But in tracking, and this is really important, in tracking, you reverse the order. The dog is the captain and you're the crew. Try going out in the field, Stanley, and putting your nose to the ground and tell me where that track goes. Put the dog's nose to the ground and watch that dog track.
When we're teaching the dog to track, we're teaching them to track people?
That's correct, the scent of people.
A perfect tracking dog is going to do what? He's going to follow the exact path that the person followed?
A hound may have its head up in the air trying to keep the scent. Where's the scent flowing through the air? A golden retriever may use its nose into the ground and follow into the scent and pull out and pull at a nice tension straight into the track. Some dogs fringe the track slightly, what they call fringing. They move back and forth along the track, but not too far off the track, enough that it stays close to the very strongest scent. Wind conditions will change that. Wind can move the scent back and forth, and the dog can move further out. But generally, you want to keep the dog as close to the track as you can.
Why don't we see whether we can go out and teach my dog Odin the basics of tracking?
Terrific.
Now, Gary, we're going to need a little bit more than just the dogs in order to teach them tracking. So what's the bare minimum?
Okay. One of the things you need are rubber boots for the weather, 2 large, tall flags for directional flags, and 6 smaller ones for your corners and your articles so that you and the dog know the direction you're working to when you first start. I recommend that for a large dog, 30-foot canvas cotton 5/8 of an inch long line. If it's a small dog, such as, say, a Datsy, then a very parachute, very light type line. You'll need either a nylon or a leather harness, a water bottle if it's hot weather so the dog can cool down, and a dish to put the water in. A clipboard and paper and a pen so you can write down the time you start, the directions, and so on, so you have a picture in your mind of your track. And if you need bait or a special toy, such as in this case a Kong. And the last thing is something to carry it in so that when you go to the tracks, you're not trying to find all these things in different locations.
Okay then. So why don't we lay our first track and see whether we can get Odin to start to use his nose?
Let's go do that right now.
Okay, so this is where we're going to start. And what do you want me to do next?
Now I'd like you to walk 30 paces in a straight direction, picking a landmark, and then put the second flag in the ground.
Okay, so I'm just laying the track.
You're laying the track right now in small steps. Put the flag in the ground, please. Walk straight back on the same track. Walk around the first flag twice in a circle to put a scent pod for the dog. Then walk straight back off the track. Thank you.
Come on, my little one. All right. Now, I've got Odin in his harness over here, and that means that when he tugs, it won't affect his head.
Excellent.
And I've also got his long line. So what do I do next? Odin, heel?
What I'd like you to do is have Odin sit, relax, put on the line, throw the balance of it behind you so the line is not in your second hand. That's right. Then I'd like you to take the bait and put your left hand closer to the dog, the rest of it down on the line. That's it. Now, be ready. Throw the bait out about 10 paces. Now, get the dog in a motion with your hand like that. You tell, find it.
Odin, seek.
That's it. Now move out with the dog. That's it. So you
Seek.
move back out. The dog's using its nose.
Seek.
Once the dog finds it,
Good
there.
dog.
Then you move
What
up
a
and you
good dog.
praise your dog.
What a good dog. Okay, come on,
Okay.
Odin. Let's go back.
One suggestion in tracking, in obedience, you use their name to get them to focus on you. If you use their name in tracking to focus on you, there's a tendency for them to look at you instead of pulling out, then they move out.
Okay.
If you give the command without the name, they will pull out faster.
All right. Seek.
That's it.
Use your nose. That's a good dog. Use your nose. It's out there someplace. Use your nose. What a good dog. What a good dog. Yes. Okay. Come on back. There you go. And now if I understand it correctly, what we're going to do is we're going to extend the path by about 10, 12 paces, and we're going to give it a turn in order to make it harder for him.
That's right.
And we'll leave some bait along the path to keep him interested.
Exactly, so to keep the dog's motivation.
And we'll plant the flags for the people who don't have noses so that we'll know where the track is.
Exactly, that's right on.
Okay. All right, so back to my track. Here we go. And right past. Plant a flag. And we'll plant another flag over here. A big piece of bait for a clever dog. And we'll go back along the same path. Seek. What a good dog! That was hard, wasn't it? That was hard work, wasn't it? I'll bet I even have another piece here for clever dogs. Yes. There you go. Yes. 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 Get here. Tracking is not only a useful skill, but it's also a sport. Both the Canadian and American kennel clubs give titles for purebred dogs for their tracking skills. However, any dog, whether it's mixed breed or purebred, can learn tracking. The same instructors who teach dogs formal tracking exercises also tend to train search and rescue dogs. Teaching your dog a skill or a job tends to make your dog happier. And working with him when he's working at that job tends to build a very special bond with that dog. You know it, the first one who goes missing.
And as for Odin, he's getting
Okay.
used to longer and more
Find Johnny.
complex tracking
See?
tasks. There'll be no hiding from him soon. And I'm a happier grandfather knowing that I've got a savvy sleuth on my side. To put some more fun in your life, put some more playtime in with your dog.
Then he'll be a really good dog, won't you? Yes. Lots of play, lots of play, lots of play.